All right, back to talking about kidney stone experience. All right, so Little House on the Prairie. So I had gotten the whole week off. So I had a nice little vacation from work. But I was in pain during this vacation because of the kidney stone experience. So I was watching Little House on the Prairie during this time. I remember watching. I don't remember the name of the episode, but it was the one where there was a hot air balloon scene from Little House on the Prairie. And I remember, so I was probably sitting down on the couch watching Little House on the Prairie with a hot air balloon scene. And I remember feeling the pain, probably because the pill was wearing off. So I was getting that pain, and it was getting bad, but I couldn't take a pill yet. So I got up, and while watching Little House on the Prairie, I got up and I was trying to. I think just kind of moving around kind of helps distract from the pain a little bit, better than just sitting there. But definitely not having the pressure by sitting with your back against the couch when the pain is in the back. So that helped, not in the sitting position. So it made me feel better to stand. So I got up while watching Little House on the Prairie, and I just stood. I stood behind the couch and tried to enjoy Little House on the Prairie while being in pain. Yeah, it seemed less painful standing, but it still hurt. I was still hurting. All right. So the moment when the kidney stone left the narrow passage, the small doorway. So when it left the narrow passage from my ureter to my bladder. So when it went through the small doorway, the kidney stone. When that happened, I was reading Farmer Boy. Ah, these are fit in there really tightly. Okay, this one. Yeah, I was reading this book, Farmer Boy by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Farmer Boy. So kind of funny that I was reading while having this very painful experience with a kidney stone. So it was a sudden sharp pain, similar to when the kidney stone exited my kidney through the narrow opening, through the small doorway into the narrow opening of my ureter. It was very painful. But I was thinking reading probably helped a little by distracting. I was trying to use it as a distraction, I guess, with the pain. But it wasn't too good of a distraction. But I think maybe it helped a little bit. I think so. I think it helped a little. But the pain probably did make it a little difficult to focus on what I was reading. When I peed out, so later, when I felt like I had to pee, after the sudden sharp pain, after that had subsided a little, when the kidney stone entered the bladder, and then I felt like I had to pee. So when I peed out the kidney stone, it felt weird. And I was thinking, kind of, if you can imagine, it's kind of how you might imagine it might feel uh, as it leaves the urethra. So it felt weird. It was a weird feeling. But that part did not hurt at all. I guess because the urethra is wider than the ureter. It's at least wider than the doorway between the ureter, between the kidney and the ureter, and the doorway between the ureter and the bladder. So that's why when I peed it out, it did not hurt at all. It just felt a little weird. So I was very relieved when that was over. Very relieved. So the pain was bad, but at times it felt like I sort of got used to the feeling. I got used to the pain. So that is the pain that I experienced as it traveled down the ureter that time. Definitely wouldn't have got used if the sharp pain at the beginning and the end, that would have been horrible if that was like constant. So I'm glad that at least those were brief periods in time. But the time in between these sudden sharp pains, the time of when the kidney stone was just passing along the ureter, that was painful because of the size of the kidney stone. Scraping along the tube of the ureter, that was painful, definitely. That's why I needed the pain pills. So I kind of had these moments where I was just like got used to the pain. I suppose someone who experiences a lot of pain, physical pain, like they maybe could relate to that. Like when you have a lot of pain, you just get used to it. You just get used to the feeling. It's still very uncomfortable and painful, but you just kind of get used to it. It definitely would have been much worse without the pills. It would have been much worse without the pills that I took for the pain. So the pills definitely helped at least a little bit. Definitely reduced the pain, at least temporarily, till the pill wore off. So there's no way I could have been at work during this. I can't imagine anyone just thinking, "Oh, I got a kidney stone. Oh, I'm fine. I can take the pain. I'm going to go to work anyway." I can't imagine. It would be hard to imagine anyone going to work while experiencing the kidney stone. Maybe some people do, but it would be very difficult to try to work while having the kidney stone, going through the pain. It would have been awful, especially toward the end when it left the ureter through the doorway into the bladder. That would have been awful. You know, trying to do your job at work, and then all of a sudden you get this really sharp, sudden pain. You know, you'd probably, if you were holding something, you'd probably drop it. So I definitely recommend if you have a kidney stone, take some time off from work. So after the experience, I think I made a conscious effort to make sure that I drank more water, especially if I had sweated a lot, because I did not want to have another kidney stone. So at least to be aware of, well, I did sweat a lot, so maybe I should make sure that I drink some a decent amount of water to make up for the water that I lost through sweating. So at least to be aware of that. All right, so now I want to go over some paperwork. Oh, this is from the pills. Important information about your medicine. Best to take with food to lessen stomach upset. Before use, important to read the medication guide. May make you drowsy or dizzy. That's another, felt like it was a good reason to not go to work, because the pills that I was taking was going to make me feel drowsy and dizzy. So not a good idea to be at work if you're drowsy and dizzy. Drive with caution. Shouldn't be driving at all. Limit alcohol consumption. Didn't have to worry about that. I don't drink. I didn't drink then, and I don't drink now. Alcohol, that is. Stop using tobacco. Don't do that either. I don't do that either. Call your doctor for medical advice about side effects. You may report side effects to the FDA. All right. Caution, be careful not to stand up too quickly. If available, read the patient package insert, reduce or avoid drinking alcohol, review all drugs you are taking with your doctor. There's a question about allergies on there. As far as I know, I'm not allergic to anything. Maybe habit forming. That was something I was a little worried about. I didn't want to be addicted to these. Okay, may take with food if stomach upset occurs. Do not use in children under 12 years. Avoid alcohol, other drugs that make you sleepy.